Hello everybody and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Today I would like to continue with our diamond painting and chat. I just got done recording part 2 of the little mini series that I have been doing in regard to diamond painting. I anticipate having one more part to my little diamond painting series, so there will be 3 parts. But I thought as long as I went through everything that I went through to get this set up for the end of part 2 to actually do some diamond painting, I thought I would go ahead and do a diamond painting and chat before I had to tear this all apart and record part 3. So let's continue on with what we were doing. And we were doing number 9s on here. And again, number 9 was 677. So I will get my tray out. And, pardon my arm, we will get the row out. I'm kind of limited on my space here with this big lap desk here, but we'll make it work. We'll again get out 677. Now you see I did... probably can't see, I did put a little dryer sheet in each one of these compartments, and it has helped already. I shook them around a little bit. So now when you do take your diamonds and you dump them in your tray, you may get that little dryer sheet along with your drills, and you just pick it up and you put it back in your container. So let's get some drills out on our tray. Now I know I'm not going to need too many more to finish this section with this number, so I'm not going to get too many in my tray. Matter of fact, that's probably way too many, but oh well. So let me zoom you back in so you can kind of see what I am doing again. I think I will shift you over a tad so you can see. Let me get this out of the way. You can see all the way to the end of the section that I am doing. Don't think there are any 9s in this corner, so I'm just going to leave this stuck right here. And let's get our diamond drill pen. And we are going to again, oh, I forgot to put something heavy behind here so it doesn't move on me. I must remember to do that next time. So, how are all of you? I am recording this again right after I did part 2, after taking a little break. So I am recording this on Saturday. Not sure when I'm going to be putting this up live on YouTube. If I'm going to be putting it in between parts 2 and 3, or if I will just put parts 2 and 3 of this mini-series out there, and then this one. We'll see. And Misty has to come see what we're doing. She wants to come say hi. Just don't knock down any of my things this time. You see, you can maneuver these drills around quite a bit even after you place them down on the canvas. They can be shifted around if they're not in the exact spot that you would like them. How many of you do diamond painting? And if you do, how addicted are you to this craft? Is it as bad as coloring, or shall I say good, depending on how you want to look at it? I know the diamond painting bug has hit me as just about as hard as coloring. I think I still do my coloring a little bit more than the diamond painting. Well, especially lately. I have not been able to spend a lot of time on my diamond painting for a while now because I've been dedicating so much of my time to my YouTube channel. What are you doing over there? Okay. And I know I have just started, but I'm going to have to take a quick break and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I went and I have this big heavy brick that I have near my drafting table in the other room that I have a little side table that I put my tray on that contains all my containers of drills, and it is down too low when I'm sitting. It's kind of hard to get at, so I wanted to put something on that little table next to me so that my drills would be up a little bit higher, my tray. But I didn't want to put anything on there that Miss Madison could get at, or that she would pull off onto her foot or something like that. So I wanted to get something that was heavy enough that she wouldn't be able to move. So I got this. It's just a square concrete block. It's like a paver block from outside. And I put that on the little chair, or the little table there. And so I thought, aha, something nice and heavy, but yet small enough that I could put back behind this lap desk, so when I am leaning on it to do this diamond painting, it won't slide away on me and get me out of frame. So I put that back behind there, and it seems to be doing the trick. So, did I ask everybody how you are doing today? We got yet another about 4 inches of snow last night. Nothing too terribly bad, but just enough to have to shovel, which is what everybody's pretty sick of doing around here. I can't complain because I don't do the shoveling. Bob does, but I know anybody that does do the shoveling around here is pretty sick and tired of it. So yeah, it can stop. But now, tomorrow night, we are supposed to break yet another record in regard to the cold. So we don't need that either. It's like feast or famine. No, not feast or famine. That doesn't really apply. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. No, that's not it either. If it's not one thing, it's another. There's a saying that applies. If we don't get the snow, we get the cold. Now, for Californians, it is feast or famine. They had a drought, such a horrible drought for how many years? And now this year, and that's when all the wildfires were too, naturally. And now they are getting so much rain that they don't know what to do with it. There's such horrific flooding out there. Unreal. So there's another case where if it's not one thing, it's another. That's, yeah. As bad as you think you have it in your neck of the woods, it's always worse somewhere else, isn't it? So I guess we have to count ourselves lucky that we don't have the flooding, we don't have the fires. Hopefully this spring we won't have too much flooding when everything starts melting. I cannot wait. You know, Anne was talking about how she's out there planting her flowers and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I wish. She's making me so jealous. Don't think you'd be able to be planting too much around here unless it was in a greenhouse. But we had a story on the news too, a greenhouse that starts from scratch. A lot of, not just flowers, but a lot of the vegetables that people plant in their gardens. They were, well, a couple stories. The first one being because it was so severely cold there for a long time, what they were all having to go through to keep those greenhouses warm. You know, they were running these heaters 24/7 in those greenhouses. That had to have cost a small fortune. Because I know what it's like trying to heat this house. And, oh, you know, and where those plants are in, that's a very picky, you know, temperature. You have to keep it very constant. And yeah, that's got to be a challenge. Then the other side of that was all the snow that we have gotten and roofs collapsing. Bob still wants to get up on this roof too. We got to get some of that snow off. There have been pole sheds and houses with their roofs caving in because of the weight of the snow on the roofs. They say it's especially important on the, I don't want to say the interior because that means inside here, but, you know, instead of around the edges of the house where there are more support, you know, the walls and whatnot around the outside of the house is a little bit safer than the center of the roof where there's not as much support. So it's much more important to get the snow off from the center of your house, your roof, than the sides. But unfortunately, if you do it from down below, which Bob, a number of years ago, when we had that last horrible winter, I forgot what year that was. I think that was about 4 or 5 years ago. He did buy a snow rake, and those of you in the South have probably never heard of a snow rake, but it is what it sounds like. It is to rake snow off of the roof. And unfortunately, you are on the ground when you do that, and so you can only reach up so far. I mean, this does have a long pole, but still. And even if you do try to go up on a ladder, which I think would be quite dangerous, you still can only reach so far. You're not going to get up to the center of your house, which is where it needs it more. So Bob was anticipating having to go up on the roof, and I don't like that idea. With all that snow and whatnot up there, ice, and you know, it's going to be slippery. And so, I don't know. I don't know what else a person can do other than to hire somebody, but can't really afford to do that either. I know companies that are doing it around here are probably booked solid. I'm sure they are making a lot of money this winter. Yeah, it's been a long one. Started late, but definitely made up for it. Things are looking up. We have to look towards the future. After this next cold spell is over, we are actually supposed to get up at least close to what our normals are supposed to be, and that is in the 30s. I cannot imagine what 30 degrees feels like anymore. That's sad. Get excited to get up to 30 degrees. Woohoo! Break out the swimming suits. Yeah, all the kids will be, well, the high schoolers, the guys, will be out in shorts, that's for sure. I was at Walmart getting groceries yesterday. There was a bunch of kids and even a little bit older guys that all had shorts on. But then again, they wear shorts year-round. Some of Cameron's friends, they all wear shorts year-round too. I don't care if it's 20 below. They will have shorts on. Silly kids. Excuse me. I am backed out just a little than what I was when I initially started this diamond painting in part 2 of the series. I wanted to be zoomed way in when I started so that you could see exactly how I was placing these down on the canvas. Not that it takes rocket science. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. But I just thought I would zoom you in close. And now that we did a little bit of it, I thought I could be out a little bit more, and then I could do an area straight across here, and I believe I can fit this whole area within the screen and not be out of frame, and I can go across. And we don't have a whole lot of number 9s left. And you may be wondering, do you miss a 9 or a symbol or whatever? Oh yeah, I do all the time. And the bigger area that you do at a time, the more you can miss. And oh yeah, no matter how hard I look, and I do look over the sections when I am done with that particular color just to see if I missed anything. And yes, I will find some here and there. So you go and you fill in those that you missed, and you look some more, and you swear there are no more. And yet, when you are going with the next color, you find like 3 or 4 of them that you missed anyhow. You're like, how did I miss that? I don't bother going and filling those in until I am done with that section, because I used to do that. When I was done with the color, I would go back and I would fill that previous one in, but you invariably still miss 1 or 2. So it's like you were kind of defeating your purpose by getting out that other color and dumping some in a tray. And so yeah, I do not bother doing that until I am done with the section. And even then, you may, you know, if you missed, say, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them, again, depending upon the size that you're doing at a time, if you missed quite a few, when you are done with the section and you're going back and filling it in, it's not to say you're not going to miss another one. It happens, and that's okay. You just go back and you fill them in. It's a little aggravating because you got to take the time to figure out, okay, it's that number or symbol or letter, and you got to figure out which color, and you got to get that tray out and whatever. But good thing is getting these done is not a race, right? You are supposed to just be relaxing and enjoying the process. So I do hope everybody is having a great weekend so far. Again, I'm not sure when this is going to get put up on YouTube. I'm looking to see if there are any more 9s. Now that I was just talking about missing some. And I'm just glancing over. I don't see any. But you can see, you know, by having this light pad on here, let me turn it back off. You see what a difference it makes? Of course, I do have the light on under my desk, so that's shining on here, and it really makes it look dark. But the light pad just helps so much. Okay, we are done with this color, so I'm going to knock them down to the end. I am going to, yeah, again, I got to remember this. When I do my other system, I have the container open, so I can just automatically knock them down in my tray. But here I have to remember I have to open this container first. Okay, that number is done. Oh, these containers, each section smells so good now with I put in all the, you know, the dryer sheets, and they smell so good. That was a benefit of putting the dryer sheet on my hands too. They smell so good. Okay, let's see what G is. G is 3770. So let's get out 3770. And that is our peachish color. Now that happens to be one of them that was extremely staticky. So we're going to see how hard it is to get some of these out of here. And there are quite a few of the G's. So I'm going to shake out quite a few here on my tray. And I'm going to leave that over there. And then we are going to shake it. And see how they all line up. So nice. Like good little soldiers. So let's go back up here into the G's. See how this fills in rather quickly though? Especially with these round drills. To me, especially now with working with these square drills for so long, I think I have been diamond painting now for about 3 years. And other than a few round ones in the beginning, I have done nothing but square diamond paintings. So again, doing this round one is just, oh, it's so much fun. I love it. To me, these go about twice as fast. I would not be near this far if it was a square diamond painting. So yes, the squares are more challenging. Some do not think they are. I do. I think the vast majority of people that do diamond painting thinks that they are. But again, the advantage to doing these square ones is it does give it a much more polished, more finished, completed look. And I guess that's why I leaned towards doing the square diamond paintings. But I decided I was going to try something new. And tried wanting to get, you know, a little comfy in my chair and be able to do some sitting in my chair. And I thought, let's try some smaller round diamond paintings. And I am so glad I did. And this is working out perfectly for doing the diamond painting and chats. Because again, with these being simpler, I don't have to concentrate quite so much. And it does go a little bit faster. Well, quite a bit faster. I mean, we got quite a bit of this section done. And we're only on the second color. Sometimes you will get what we call confetti. And confetti in the diamond painting world is pretty much what it sounds like. It's where you have so many color changes in a small area. Like you could have a little area like this, and there are 20 different colors in there. So there's like one color there, and a color there, and color there. So if you have a G, say for instance, there'll be a G there, and a G there, and a G there, and a G there, and then you got an A there, and A there. I mean, it's all spread out, and so it's confetti. And that takes a while to do. Some people really enjoy doing the confetti because it's not so monotonous. Some of the backgrounds in the full drill diamond paintings will have a very, I don't think monotone is the word for it, but a very, say, just a plain black background, where you just have row after row after row of 310s, which is, again, the black DMC code. And, oh, there's one that, where did my tweezers go? There they are. I lost, in part 1, I showed you my favorite tweezers. That I bought separately. It came in a kit. This is the other one. I cannot find my favorite tweezers. They're just like this, except they're curved down at the end. And they worked great for getting stuff off the canvas, and I cannot find them. So I pulled out my other tweezers. So you can see when one falls on here and stuff, you just take your tweezers and get it back off. So they do come in handy for things. Okay, is anybody diamond painting with me? Or are you coloring? If you are diamond painting, what is it a picture of? What type of pictures do you kind of veer towards? Do you like probably similar to the things you like in coloring? Do you like, fantasy, like dragons and fairies? And I do love those kinds. I have a couple of very large fairies to do, and I bought them separately. One is a custom. Oh, and I wanted to talk about that now that I just said custom. You can have any picture that you have, like, say, on your phone. Maybe it's a picture of your pet, a picture from yours or your child's wedding. Anything that you want, you can have made into a diamond painting. And I have had so many customs, that's what they're called, custom diamond paintings made. And they turn out so nice. I'll have to, when in part 3 of my mini-series, when I show you how I frame mine and show you my some of the finished ones I have, I will have to get out the one that I did of Bella. And it just turned out so cute. I did do a little clip. I recorded a clip of my recording area. Did that right. Been there, did that. This is of my diamond painting area in the living room. Excuse me. And I just thought it would be interesting to show you where I do my diamond painting and my setup, and then I show you my great big waterfall that I am working on. So you can see how big diamond paintings can get, and they can get much, much bigger than that one. They can get hundreds of centimeters big. Mine is a 70 by 90, and as I said, that is the largest that I have done to date. It is a little bit wider than my drafting table even, or just about. So yeah, it's a pretty big drafting table, and so I guess without seeing it, you can kind of picture that, yeah, it's kind of big. And it is a full square. So it has taken me quite a while to get as far as I am on it. I am getting closer though. I have one bottom row. I have a little bit left to the second to the bottom row. I'm on the far right hand square, so I think I'm about halfway done in that square. So then I can move down to the last row. Not that ain't going to take me quite a while because it is such a wide picture, but especially when I haven't been working on it for much. I've just been dedicating all my time to you guys. And I have been loving every minute of it. I so enjoy making these videos, and I love all the comments that I get back from y'all. It is such a positive type of community. Very, very rarely do we get any negativity in this community, whether it be the coloring community, the diamond painting community. You guys are all such great people, and I do have to thank each and every one of you for watching my videos. I appreciate it so much. I love it when you leave me comments, but even if you are a silent viewer who just likes to watch the videos but does not leave a comment, that is fine. That is just great. As long as you are enjoying the videos and you want to continue watching them, that is fine. With that being said, this morning I hit 700 subscribers. I just can't believe it. I am ecstatic. So you know what that means. 50 more to go. And it's another giveaway. No, it wasn't going to be at 7. It's going to be at 750. They are getting a little bit fewer and farther between, but up to 500 subscribers, I did give away a prize every 100 subscribers. So once I hit 500, I decided I was going to then do 750 and then 1,000. We'll see how long it takes to get to 1,000. To me, that is a huge milestone to get your first 1,000 subscribers. So that giveaway, the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, is going to be a much bigger one. Not quite sure yet what I am all going to be doing. I have a few ideas up my sleeve, but you will have to stay tuned and find out. Maybe it won't take too long to get there. The more, you share my videos or, what have you, I guess the faster my subscriber count could raise and the faster we can get to giveaways. So yes, I do thank every single one of you for subscribing to my channel, for liking the videos, even for purchasing products through my Amazon links that I post down in the description. That also is greatly appreciated. And every little penny that I do make on those purchases will allow me to purchase some products and review those on the channel. Or if it is not to purchase a product to review, it can also be used, the money that I make on those, my links that I provide, can also be used for giveaway prizes. So they are kind of dual-fold by purchasing through my links that I leave. So yeah, it is all appreciated. Like I said, I love doing these videos. A person that does do these types of videos is definitely not in it for the money, because there really is not a lot of money in doing this. By the time you would figure out the amount of money you got doing this versus how many hours you actually put into just putting one video up, yeah, you'd probably only be making maybe a few cents an hour, if that. So, but like I said, we are not in it for the money. There are many YouTube channels that are out there for the money, and they have millions of viewers. They have sponsorships. They have all kinds of products they review. I mean, they do, it is their full-time job. And they make a lot of money. There is no doubt about it. So there is money to be made on YouTube. There is no doubt about that. With the millions of people that watch YouTube every single day, I forgot what the stat was of the amount of minutes of video that are uploaded. Is it every hour onto YouTube? It blew my mind. I mean, granted, this is across the world, but still, it was a staggering amount of YouTube video time. It just, like I said, it blew my mind. Okay, I'm going to go look back through this area before I kind of move over. I know I do have some up here yet, but I like to kind of glance where I know I'm done and just make sure that I got them all. We, of course, will not get this section done. It will take us a few diamond painting and chats to get through this. And seeing as how we have now started March, maybe by the end of the year we'll have this done. And it's not even that big of a one. Imagine if we were doing a 60 by 80. Oh my heavens. That would take us years. Unless I did it off camera too. Then that would be different. But if I do this, if I do this picture all on camera, yeah, it's going to take a while. But I may sit down in my chair and relax at night, and rather than color and listen to color and chat, I may just get this out and watch or listen to some color and chats or diamond painting and chats. So don't be surprised if the next time you see my diamond painting and chat that I have this section done. It may just happen. And that's okay too, because then we can get through this one faster and we can get on to another pretty picture. Those of you who do diamond paint, do you find that instead of just enjoying the process, especially once you get down further and you're closer to finishing your picture, do you find that you are kind of rushing through the process to get it done so you can get on to the next one? I have a habit of doing that. And it's the same thing with coloring. I am very impatient when it comes to coloring, and that's probably why I do not do real well with colored pencils, because colored pencils is a medium that you need to have patience, especially if it is the type of colored pencil like polychromos that is a layering pencil versus Prismacolor, where that is pretty much a blending type of pencil. And that's why I think so many people love the Prismacolors, because a lot of us are really heavy-handed, and so we can work with the wax base of the Prismacolors so much easier than the laying properties of the polychromos. I do have both, and yes, they are very, very different pencils. And I do have the Holbeins, and while they are definitely softer than the polychromos, they are definitely not a Prismacolor either. They are a combination of the two, and so I thought I would just love them. And don't get me wrong, I do. They are fantastic pencils. Oh my gosh, those pastel colors, oh, they are to die for. They are just beautiful. But I guess I was surprised that I am not able to blend. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to be able to use them just like a Prismacolor. I knew that they were going to be different than that. But they do not blend like the Prismacolors at all. So there again, they are a different pencil all of their own. They are not a Prismacolor, and they are not a polychromos. To me, they are closer though to a polychromos than they are a Prismacolor. And I guess that's what kind of surprised me, I guess. I thought they were going to be a little bit softer than what they are, but I have not used them a lot yet, so do not take my word for it. Number one, I've only used them a few times, and number two, I am not a big pencil person. So, but I do want to change that. I definitely want to get into my pencils more. I am into so many things now. I feel like I'm spreading myself a little thin. I've always done diamond painting, so starting this up is nothing new. But now with the channel, and no, I am not complaining, believe me. It's just that it does take some of my time. And then there are so many things that I want to get at using. So many of my supplies, my pencils, my pan pastels, especially now that I have completed these sets recently. I want to get those out and start coloring with them. I know I've mentioned that in the past, and it will happen. I just have a number of things on my to-do list for videos that I have to get off my list. They're starting to drive me crazy. One of them that I had on my list from the very beginning was showing the Library Thing app to show you how I keep track of all my coloring books. And so there is a video out there if you haven't seen it. I just put it out yesterday on Friday. And yeah, it shows how I keep track of all my coloring books, how you can search the database, how easy it is to scan in the ISBN code on the back of the book, and it just automatically puts it into your collection. I mean, it's easy peasy for the most part, easy peasy. Just a few more steps you have to do if it is a book that typically is not on Amazon, and it can't find it in the databases, and you have to manually put the book in your collection. Then there's a few more steps, but I show step by step how to do all of that in that video. So go and check it out if you are interested in organizing your collection. It's nice to know what you have in your collection and what you don't. As I mentioned in that video, I have already in the past bought a duplicate of a few books. Yeah. And I am sure I am not the only one. Fess up, how many of you have done that because you forgot you had already bought it, and then you seen somebody coloring out of it and you thought it was so adorable. So you went and you bought it, and then you went to put it in your coloring book collection in a place where you figured it was logical, and you seen there was already a copy there. I have done that. And by the time you go about trying to return a book on Amazon, is it really worth it? I typically don't. And now, so some of those that I either purchased duplicates of, or they just weren't really my style, I now have saved up and I am using as giveaways. I did send Miss Anne, Mama Fruit Bat. Oh, I don't know, it was sometime last year, maybe in fall, late summer, fall. No, I think it was fall. Sent her a big box. This is before I had started my channel. And I had all of these books and these supplies, and mostly books more than anything. And so I forwarded her this gigundo, huge, heavy box that contained a whole bunch of books for her to use as giveaways on her channel. She was so funny when she got that box. And how she was describing having to get that box in the house. I had warned her ahead of time because I knew she had back, was having back problems at that time, and I did not want her trying to lift this box because I think, if I remember right, it was like 40-some pounds or close to 50. And if you're watching this, do you remember? Yeah, it was a big box, and it was full of heavy books. And she went through that box and pulled out everything, and I think she's given away some of the things out of there already. See down here? Do you see that? No, because I'm off camera. Oh my heavens, I didn't realize I was off screen that whole while. You people yelling at me as I'm jabbering on and on. I'm just going to quickly put these couple of G's in that are down here so that I don't have to move it around and then move it back when I go on to a different letter. I think I'm about done, but I will remember that for next time that you cannot see all the way. Didn't have it on there. You can't see all the way to the bottom on my screen. But I did miss a number 9 down here. As much as you think you look around, you do invariably miss something. At least I do anyhow. I don't know if everybody does, but I do. Okay, now I think I got all the G's. But knowing me, I did miss one here and there. Oh, yep, here's a couple. You guys are sitting there probably thinking they're staring right at you. When you're sitting here looking at all these symbols and stuff, it's like, okay, nope, there's one too. Do you see any other ones? Let me know, let me know. How long have we been recording? 45 minutes. So yeah, I think we will have this come to a close as soon as I know that I don't have any more G's. G's. Okay, I think we got them. I do think so. You know, you can take all the time. There's one way over here. You know, you could take a long time to look through this and go row by row by row, and you're still probably going to miss one here and there. Unless you have better eyes than me, which could very well be. Okay. One more I see. Goodness gracious, Lisa. Alrighty, let's call it a day. I am going to open this container over here, and I am going to shake these down. Again, I usually have my drill pen in my hand, so I just, and the square ones typically go right down for me. Again, these rounds are a little bit stickier, so we will shake them out. There we go. And let's see if we can back out, if this thing's going to cooperate. Come on, there we go. So as you can see, well, let me zoom back in a little bit. You can see we got quite a bit of this section done. Just this here little diamond painting and chat, and the when I finally got around to diamond painting in the first, well actually the second part of the diamond painting series, got the D's mostly done. We just finished up the D's, went on to the 9s, and went on to these G's, and this one's quite a bit off. And yeah, I mean, we have this section like half done. Not too bad, huh? So I think we will leave it at this for now. I'm probably going to end up going back, and I see, you know, some of these are off. Like I said, I just don't take the time that I should, but in the grand scheme of things, who is going to see that when you're looking at this diamond painting from way back? You're not going to see it. So it's the perfectionist in me, you know? Any of you like that? Oh, quit it, Lisa, quit it. Okay. So there we go. I am going to put this piece of paper back on because I am going to now take this all down, including my phone up there, and I am going to set my desk up for recording part 3 and hopefully the final part of the diamond painting how-to series. So I'm going to stop this one here. I hope everybody, again, is having a terrific weekend. If you liked this video and you are enjoying this series on how to do diamond painting, please give me that thumbs up. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so and hit that bell so you know when I put out new videos. Again, I hope everybody is having a terrific weekend, and as always, happy coloring and happy diamond painting. Bye, everybody.